dear. Oh, my God. Disgusting. Yeah, oh, yes, my love.
George, I've got something to tell you.
It's going to be a good year for carrots, Mildred. I think I might plant a couple of bushes.
Look, George. Look, I want you to be brave.
What are you going to do?
I don't know how to tell you this, George. It's just that death comes to all of us sooner or later.
Yeah, you keep away from me.
George's Oscar. He's gone.
Hey?
I came in to clean his cage out, George, and he must have passed away during the night.
Oh, he could be pretending, Mildred, playing a trick on me.
He's dead, George.
Come on, Oscar. Who's a pretty boy, then?
George, he never said it in life. He's not going to start now.
Very right. Hey, he's ticking, Mildred.
That's your watch, George. Oh, look, love, he was getting on a bit.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Well, I mean, if you'd been a human, you'd had a telegram from the Queen years ago.
I'm all alone in the world now, Mildred.
Oh, I'm here, George.
Yeah, it's not the same. He really liked me.
Yes, well, I get your point. Look, George, I mean, it's not the end of the world.
Well, you try telling him that.
What I mean is he might be gone, George, but we'll have him in our memory forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember that time your sister Ethel came round and he did his whoopsie on her hat?
Yes.
And that other time he flew up your dress and you...
Yeah, I remember, George, yes. It's a wonder he lived as long as he did.
Oh, well, I suppose I better find something to bury him in. Otherwise, next door's cat will have him up.
George, there is an empty packet of cornflakes in the kitchen.
Yeah, have you no respect, Mildred? Besides, I want to do the competition on the back. Yeah, no, I'll use your jewellery box.
You will not. Huh? Give it here. I mean, where am I going to keep my rubber bands and hairpins and paper clips? Oh, well, I suppose you might as well have it.
Well, I'll dig a little hole for him in the garden.
Oh, really? It'll be the first time you've taken a spade to it since we've been here.
Yeah. I haven't got a spade.
Geoffrey, I'm not sure I should give this dress. Wasn't it the one I was wearing when you proposed to me?
You weren't wearing a dress when I proposed.
Oh, no.
Why not?
Because she was wearing slacks. What's the homework today, then, big ears?
It's about nature and the reproductive process.
Oh, yes. Anne, they're giving him sex instruction.
Well, it's only the life cycle of the tadpole.
It's the thin end of the wedge.
Oh, is that how they do it?
He's only 6.
8.
Oh, yes, 8. He's only 8.
Was I ever a tadpole?
You see? No. Yes. Sort of. There's plenty of time for this when he's 13 or 14.
Well, he could be trapped into an affair with a frog by then.
All I'm saying is... Tristram, go in the lounge and do your homework.
Are you going to talk to Mummy about something I shouldn't hear?
No, not at all. Come along.
Can I watch television while I'm doing it?
Yes, I suppose so. As long as it's BBC. All I'm saying is I didn't learn the facts of life until I was 16. And nowadays it's sex everywhere you turn.
Yes, dear.
I mean, even our local newsagents. The place for sex is in the home, not in the high street.
Especially if it's raining.
And I don't think that's very funny.
Excuse me.
Yes, what?
Oh.
Mrs. Roper, good morning.
Oh, good morning. Mr. Fourmile, could I borrow your spade, please? It's for George.
Oh, yes, I suppose so. It's in the shed.
Oh, right.
Is he doing some gardening, Mildred?
Yes, in a way. He's planting our budgie.
Oscar?
Yes, he died during the night.
Oh, dear.
Oh, thank you. Yes, well, it was probably his heart, you know. I found him this morning. Legs in the air, stiff as a poker.
Good God.
Yes, well, I thought, you know, a discreet little burial at the end of the garden.
Mr. Roper?
What? budgie.
Oh, what a shame. About the budget. Yes.
Have you time for a cuppa, Mildred?
Oh, yes, if you're not too busy.
No, I'm just sorting out all this stuff for the bring and buy sale.
Oh. Oh.
There you are, Oscar. You'll be cosy in there. And I'll put your little bell in with you.
George, they're having a jumble sale at St. Butolph this afternoon.
Oh, good. You could do with some new clothes.
Oh. I've offered to help. Though I'm not sure we've got anything decent enough to give to a jumble sale.
Hey, we can make a few bob here.
George, you give it. It's for the church.
Well, you haven't been to church for years.
Would you blame me? The last time I went in one, I came out married to you. I should be on a stall.
Hope they get a good price for you. I know why you want to get involved, so you can knob with all them blue rinses. Pardon me, Lady Muckamuck. Did my cream bun catch in your diamond tiara?
George, they're nice people.
Ah, snobs. Come Sunday, you can't get through the church door for golf clubs.
Well, don't you talk like that in front of the vicar.
Was he coming here?
Yes, to get our jumble.
Oh, yeah. He could say a few words over Oscar.
You dare. George, now, what have we got that we don't need anymore?
Oh.
Oh, you know how to twist a knife, Mildred.
As I was saying to Anne, things have got completely out of hand. And even the local newsagent thrusts smutty magazines under your nose.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Well, they're on the top shelf. You have to stand on tiptoe. Not that you would,
Quite. That sort of thing should be stamped on.
Oh, that must be difficult. If it's on the top shelf. Sorry.
It's not so much people like you or I. I mean, we can handle it.
Yes?
It's the working classes. Salt of the earth goes without saying, but they are easily inflamed.
We're all the same in the sight of God.
Well, yes. They don't have the training and self-control that we have.
No, quite.
Another chocolate biscuit?
Oh, thank you. No. Mustn't overdo it.
You can't give him this coat, Mildred. It costs you 10 clothing coupons.
George. I was ashamed to wear that at the Festival of Britain. I'm certainly not going to wear it now.
Hey, what about this skirt? We could cut it up for polishing cloths.
I made it out of polishing cloths in the first place.
All right, then. Hey, what are you sticking your name on for?
George, there's no point in giving to charity if nobody knows what you're doing. Oh, now, behave yourself, George. Sit up straight and don't click your upper set.
Ah, Mrs. Ripper?
Yes.
My name is Stopes.
Oh, do come in, Your Reverence.
Thank you. Mrs. Formile said you might have...
Oh, yeah, I do have, yes. Oh, I've got lots. And none of it being used. So, please, come in.
Thank you.
Mind the step.
Yes, thank you very
There
much.
we are. Oh, excuse me. Here we are.
Thank you
Do
so
go
much.
in.
Thank you.
Of course, some of it is slightly past its best. My husband.
Mr. Ripper, we haven't met. Though I did see you the other day in the local newsagents.
I deny it.
You seemed rather taller at the time.
That was somebody else. Yes, I was buying gardening magazines on the bottom shelf.
Do sit down, Your Reverence.
Yeah, take a few.
Thank you. So you're friends of Mr. and Mrs. Formile?
Yes.
The family's been involved with some Butolphs for generations. Our graveyard is full of Formiles.
Yeah, it's best place for them.
George. Can I offer you a cup of tea?
Thank you.
Oh.
Here, tell me something. Do budgies go to heaven?
Budgies.
Yeah, budgies. I mean, if they haven't sinned, that is. Well, I don't know if you count doing a whoopsie on a hat as a sin.
I'm not sure that I... Yes, it appears to be gone.
Oh, well, exactly, but where to, you see? That's what I want to know. I mean, he'd be in his element up there, wouldn't he? Oh, he's having the wings already, you see.
I don't think so, Mr. Ripper.
Oh. Well, what about coming back in another form? You know, like What's the name of that tin milk?
Reincarnation?
That's it, exactly, isn't it? I mean, I thought we could have been budgies in a past life, couldn't we, you and me? Well, especially you. There's something about the nose.
Here we are, then. I thought I might be able to press you to a sponge finger.
How very kind. This is really more Buddhist than Christian, you know.
Oh, really? Well, perhaps you better have a ginger biscuit.
Oh, well, there you are. See, for all I know, he may have been a Buddhist. A Buddhist budgie.
George, put it away while we're eating. Sugar?
No, thank you. I believe you offered to help out in the stall this afternoon.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, most
Well,
kind.
he
We
could have
need all
been Jewish. I mean, he very rarely rang his bell on a Saturday.
Oh, George. I do not wish to hear another word about budgies.
Oh, that's perfectly all right.
Finish your tea, and then you can help me take the stuff out to the van.
Oh. Right.
Yeah, some quality stuff here, you know. When you had to make shirt tails in the old days, you could tuck them in the top of your socks.
Most appreciated.
And nowadays, they barely cover your what's-it.
If that's everything.
Oh, there is one other thing. I was going to bury him in the back garden, but I thought, well, you know how to do it proper, see?
Yes.
Well, you know, consecrated ground, that sort of thing. You don't have to dig a special hole for him. He won't mind sharing.
Don't.
Well, I mean, next time you're burying someone, you could slip him in as well, see?
Oh, I nearly forgot. A few more bits and pieces.
Most kind. I shall see you both this afternoon, then.
Oh, yes.
I'm not coming.
You're coming.
Clear of top hat, scentless, raw silk, tracker, wisdom, and legal tangle knife.
George, you're not ready.
I'm not coming, that's why I'm not ready. I think it's dark in the way our best things, just to make an impression.
George, I've only given away the things we don't need. I'm in the budgie cage, those old gardening magazines of yours.
Do what?
I mean, you never do any gardening, George. I don't know why you bother to buy them.
Not the ones under the stairs in a cardboard box.
Yes?
Oh, my God.
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. Oh, my God.
George, you're hiding something.
No, it's just that, see, well, they weren't all gardening magazines. just the top layer.
And what was underneath?
What, you mean the other 100 or so? Well, they were sort of, they're sort of art books.
Art? What sort of art?
Well, art.
What were they called?
Nudge, wink, titter.
And I've sent them some Butoffs with my name on them.
About it, Mildred. Took me years, that collection. Be hard to replace some of them, especially the Swedish ones.
Swedish? Now, look, George, just tell me. Now, be honest. Were they too rude?
Well, no. Well, I mean, some of them were a bit sort of, well, they're a bit sort of... Yes, they were rude, Mildred.
I mean, how could you buy things like that? It's cheap, cheap, cheap.
Yeah, you sounded just like Oscar then. I only bought them for the crosswords, Mildred.
That is beside the point, George. If you... They have crosswords.
Well, no, but I didn't know that when I bought them.
Get your coat. George, with my name on the box, they might think that some of those photographs are of me.
Oh, no possibility of that, Mildred, no. I mean, you're nowhere near as, I mean, some of them... No chance of that, Mildred.
Get your coat. Oh.
Socialism the way ahead. Put that with the fiction, I think.
How much should we charge for this spade?
Oh, about 50p, I should... Just a moment. That's mine.
Sure.
Of course I'm sure. Look. I lend it to Roper and he gives it to a Jumble sale.
Tell you what, since it's yours, you can have it for 25.
Daddy, can I have these comics?
What? Oh, I suppose so. 5p.
Can I have 5p?
Well, what have you done to earn 5p?
I've helped you sell these comics.
Yes. I think we've got a little capitalist there, Anne.
Well, we're all ready for the off, apart from Mrs. Wilson's store. Ah, gardening magazines. One of my little hobbies.
Really? I'm quite keen on it. Oh, my God.
They're very good up against a wall, you know.
What are?
Russian vines.
Oh, yes, indeed. I'll keep that copy aside for you.
Can I see it, Daddy?
No. You go and see how old Mrs. Wilson is, hmm?
All right.
Perhaps we should open the doors now?
Yes.
Mrs. Wilson, my daddy wants to know how old you are.
If we're quick, George, we can get them back before anybody sees them.
I'm doing my best, Mildred.
Why can't we have a car like normal people?
You've got to cosset this machine, Mildred. It's a thoroughbred. You've got to sweet talk it.
If you don't start in 5 seconds, you're going to end up on the scrap heap tomorrow.
What happened to Mildred? She was supposed to be helping out.
Probably ashamed to show her face.
Why?
Never mind.
Mrs. Wilson says she's 72 if it's any of your business.
What?
She's 72.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Mrs. Wilson.
Now, George, smile. Don't let people know there's anything wrong. Oh, my God. Go and get them back, George. Go on.
Ah, Mrs. Roper. I thought it was you.
You thought what was me?
You were. You.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, I am. I mean, yes.
Mr. Roper. Looking for anything in particular?
No, just this, that, and the other.
Oh, well, we have some of this and some of that. Or are you more interested in the other?
It's gardening magazines. That's what I'm really interested in.
Oh, yes, we had some of those. Now, what happened to them? Did the vicar buy them?
Eh?
Oh, no. Come to think of it, didn't you contribute some gardening magazines?
Oh, yeah. I believe I did. Yeah, no, they were good. I wouldn't mind having them.
Would these be they?
Oh, yeah, right. I'll take the lot.
Just a minute. How much are you offering?
Oh, well, 10p.
10p each. That's very handsome of you.
No, 10p for the box.
Ooh, they must be worth £5.
Yeah, but I gave them.
Well, then you know what they're worth. Let's have a look.
No, right. No, £5. Yeah, that's very fair.
Well, let me see now. I think you could help out on Mrs. Fourmile's
Yeah,
store.
got them, Mildred. I've got the magazine. Oh, yeah, afternoon.
Ah, gardening.
Away, George.
Is he keen on it?
Not so you'd notice, no. Mrs. Fourmile's stall. Right.
Should get plenty of wear out of those, thank you. Tristram! Oh, hello, Mildred. You finally made it then.
Yes, well, Barry Sheen had a bit of trouble starting. Oh, this is a nice suit.
Yours for £2.
Done.
Lovely. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh,
How much is the dead budgie?
Oh, yes. Oh, that's very smart. Yeah. Of course, you don't quite fit it.
it does not fit me, Mildred. Look at these trousers.
Well, hitch 'em up a bit.
Careful, Mildred.
George, all it needs is a little alteration. Now, we'll take up the trousers and take up the sleeves and, oh, yeah, we'll just take a little tuck in the waistband here.
Well, it'll be similar to getting a new husband.
Don't think I haven't thought of it. Oh, by the way, George, did you get rid of those mucky little magazines of yours?
Well, I've only just got them back.
Oh, George, I am not having this sort of rubbish in my house.
Well, you're not to be ashamed of in the human body, Mildred.
Have you seen yourself in the bath lately? I mean, explain to me, George. I mean, why do you buy things like Amateur Gardening, Gardening Weekly, Rose Growers Journal?
Practical Gardener, Greenhouse Gazette. They're all gardening magazines.
George!
And when the tadpole is big enough, it breaks out of its cocoon and turns into a butterfly.
I think you may have turned over 2 pages there. Hmm?
Oh, yes, a frog. And when the frog meets a lady frog, they start it all over again. Any questions?
No, I think you've made it perfectly clear.
So, Kermit can never really get married to Miss Piggy.
Oh, I suppose anything's possible on ITV. Ratings mad.
Does Mummy lay eggs?
What? Oh, for heaven's sakes. Watch television or something.
Oh, yeah. I want a word with you.
Mr. Roper. Why are you wearing one of my old suits?
Never mind that. Hey? Oh, blimey. Listen, I gave you £5 for a box of gardening magazines.
What was the matter with them?
Well, they're all gardening magazines.
I see. And what were you expecting to find?
Well, I expecting... Well, I mean, I thought... you know what was underneath.
Oh, them. I tossed them in the incinerator. Best place for that sort of smut.
George, you are not to bother Mr. Forsyth with
He's
it.
burnt them.
But what, George? I know nothing about them.
Geoffrey, what are these doing on top of the wardrobe?
No.
Ah, well... I thought they might be good for lagging the pipes.
Wakey time, George.
Oh.
Come on. Come on, wake up. Come on. Otherwise I'll pour hot tea right down your ear.
What did you say?
Tea, George. And crumpet.
What? Oh, yeah. What's the time?
11 o'clock.
Oh, you know I like to sleep late on Sunday.
Oh, George. Not today. It's a special day, George. It's our wedding anniversary. 24 years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, George. Wake up. I've got something for you.
Oh, not now, Mildred. It's too early.
This!
Oh, what is it?
It's something, George, that might make you a little more masculine.
I'm not going back on them pills again. Oh, see. Oh, it's a what's name? It's a pipe.
Yeah. And some tobacco.
Oh, yeah. Ready rubbed.
Yes.
Oh, very nice, I'm sure. So. Did you say 24 years?
Yes, George.
Oh, seems longer than that. Yeah. Pass the sugar, will you?
George, I don't suppose you remember to buy me one, did you?
I didn't know you wanted a pipe.
Oh. An anniversary present.
Well, that's where you could be wrong, Mildred. For all you know, I may have bought you something. I may have put it in the wardrobe, nicely wrapped.
Oh, George, did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No, I put it under the bed. Here.
Oh, George, you did remember.
Well, you talked about nothing else for the last 6 weeks. It's only a clock.
Oh, it's a carriage. Oh, George, it's lovely.
Yeah, it cost me 10 quid, that did.
Yeah. Is that all?
I got off a fellow in a pub, retired antique dealer. He was clearing out the last of his stock because he was emigrating.
Yes, well. Oh, George, it's lovely. You deserve a kiss.
What? Ow, gold.
All right. 300 miles of silence is enough. Let's have it.
When you said winter holiday, I thought you meant skiing.
Can't go skiing with golf clubs, Anne. Throws you off balance. Tristram enjoyed himself. I mean, you enjoyed taking the flag out of the hole for me, didn't you?
I'll be glad to get back to school.
Well, I thought you'd like learning to play golf.
Well, I might, if you didn't criticise. I'm standing all wrong, my grip's all wrong, I'm not holding my head properly. And that's just when I'm carrying a golf bag.
It was boring. You wouldn't let me dig holes in the sand.
Certainly not.
You did.
Right, all right, the holiday's over. Let's talk about something more pleasant. Like the gas bill, the electricity bill, the rates.
I'll tell you what, soldier. Next year we'll do something you like. How do you feel about salmon fishing?
Boring.
Oh, Geoffrey.
Good grief.
We've been burglaring.
There you are, you see. Your daddy brought that for your mummy.
Yeah, I see what you mean, Mildred. It does give me a certain panache. Here, who's this remind you of? 13 years of Tory misrule.
Mike Yarwood.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I could get to like this. Of course, I'll still roll my own occasionally.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I did try a pipe before, Mildred, when I was younger. It got caught in a tube doorway at Oxford Circus. I never saw it again.
It suits you, George.
Yeah, well, apart from that, it's better for your health.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Mr. 4 Mile next door sometimes smokes a pipe.
I see what this is all about. It's a middle-class image, isn't it? Well, let me tell you, I could smoke one of these and still remain working class.
Yes, I can see that, George. Oh, by the way, I think they're back from Scotland.
How do you know?
The wall's warm. I think they've turned the central heating on. George, do you think you could puff at it gently? I mean, you're not trying to screen a convoy.
I thought pipe smoke got women going.
Well, even if it did, I couldn't find you. Oh, dear, oh, dear.
No, it's true. I've seen it on the telly. Tell you, one whiff of this and they're chasing you down the street. Oh, you open that window, they'll be near like flies.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. George? There's a police car drawing up.
Yeah, well, they may be needed.
But they're looking at this house.
Hey?
Have you paid the television licence?
Of course I have. Years ago.
Oh,
It's that dog. You haven't got a licence for her.
I didn't mean to, George, but...
Yeah, well, they've probably been round with the detector van.
Oh, no, it's all right. We're going up the 4 miles path. God, I wonder why. I mean, they never... Detector van?
Yes, they broke the glass and reached in. Don't know why they bothered. They could have forced that lock with a butterfly's wing.
Well, I didn't expect criminals to come through the back garden. Can't they see the lawn's just been seeded?
They're not all garden lovers, sir. Just as well, in a way. They might have nicked your greenhouse.
We never used to have crime in this area. It's that new council estate.
Really?
It's probably in Aladdin's cave down there. Search the houses. Do you know where it is? Just down the road from...
I do know it, sir. I live there.
Oh, well, I'm not saying they're all criminals.
Very broad-minded of you, sir. You got that, Mills? Keep an eye out for working-class fingerprints.
Will do.
Well, I checked through the kitchen, and the only thing missing there is an egg whisk.
Looks like the work of the omelette gang.
But I may have lent that to our next-door neighbour.
Oh, yes, you don't happen to know if they've been turned over as well, do you?
Shouldn't think so. They haven't got anything worth stealing.
Jeff.
Still, it might be worth talking to them.
I've never found it so.
Not your sort, eh, sir? More your council estate type, no doubt. I'd better have a word, though. Meanwhile, if you could complete your list of what's missing, madam.
That man is obsessed with class.
Hello, who have we got here, then?
I'm a cop from the 47th precinct.
Ah, a colleague. Perhaps you can assist me on this case. We'll catch the criminals together, eh?
All right, but I'm not allowed to cross the road.
Well, I'll do that part. What's the first thing we should do, Sergeant?
Captain.
Captain.
Well, I think we should jump in the car and chase after them with a siren going.
Right. Then you can leap out and arrest them single-handed. How's that?
See, I'm not really a policeman.
Oh, well, it's nice pretending, though, isn't it?
You mean you're not really a policeman either?
No, I hazard a guess why the police are there, Mildred.
Oh, it's probably a mistake, George.
No, he's been up to something. I mean, I'm not one to make wild accusations, but did they ever catch all the train robbers? You ask yourself that, did
George! Really? You're frightening the dog. George?
Oh.
It's one of those policemen. They've come here.
Well, just you remember, he's your dog. Oh. Oh.
Good morning. Mrs. Roper, is it?
Yes.
Detective Sergeant Burke, CID. Could I have a word?
Yeah. Yes, of course. Come in. Look, I mean, she's only just over 6 months old, and, I mean, I have been meaning to get a licence.
Well, I don't deal with dog licences myself, madam.
Oh.
I'll leave that to the Chief Superintendent.
Oh, good. Would you like to go in? That's it. And, this is my husband, Mr. Roper.
Oh, yeah, how do you do?
Morning, sir.
Oh, God.
Yes. I believe you're acquainted with the 4 miles.
Yes. Oh, such a nice class of person.
Quite. Well, there's been a break-in and entering.
Oh, yeah, and you reckon he did it, eh? Yeah, well, it wouldn't surprise me, that.
No, sir, no. Into their premises.
Oh, oh, what, you mean they been burgled? Oh. That'd teach him to go on winter holidays, wouldn't it?
George.
Yes.
Do please sit down. I must apologise for my husband. It's his nervous reaction to any bad news. He, laughs.
Yeah. Oh, no, it's a shame, though, isn't it? I mean, they've got a lot of nice possessions next door, haven't they? Well, they did have, didn't they?
Yes. I don't suppose you're missing anything, are you, madam?
Well, Oh, no. No. Not us. No.
Have you seen any strangers in the area recently?
Strangers? Oh, yeah, come to think of it, there was one. Tall, thin fella, little moustache.
Ah, tall, thin...
Little moustache, yeah. He went up their path next door.
Did you notice the colour of his hair, sir?
Well, that's a bit difficult. He had his helmet on.
No, sir, I'm not interested in my constable. Anybody else, madam?
Oh, no. No, I don't know anything about it at all. No, I haven't seen anybody, I haven't heard anybody, no, nothing at all. Will I be called to give evidence?
I doubt it, madam.
What a shock. I mean, poor Anne. Oh, I must go and have a word. Oh, unless you like me to continue to help you with your inquiries.
Continue. No, thank you.
Oh well, excuse me.
Now, sir, have you heard any unusual noises during the past few days?
Oh, what do you mean, like footprints, whispering, glass smashing, that sort of thing?
Yes, sir.
No, I haven't heard it.
Oh, it was such a shock, Anne. I mean, if there's anything at all I can do to help.
Well, that's very kind of you, Mildred.
Well, I can't get over the nerve of them. I mean, breaking in, rummaging around, turning the place upside down as if they were VAT inspectors.
Have you lost much?
Well, I lost a bit of jewellery, some earrings. Oh, and Geoffrey's best cufflinks and your electric razor.
We'll never see any of it again. They sell it down in the market or in the pubs.
The one thing that upset us, they took Geoffrey's mother's wedding present. An antique carriage clock.
Oh. Went down the wrong way. Carriage clock?
It was insured for 150, but I think it was worth more.
We'll never see it again.
Tell me something. How long do the police sort of, well, keep a crime on their files if it's not solved?
What sort of crime, sir?
Stealing cigarette cards.
Well, now, that depends. Was there any violence involved? Any GBH? Any shooters?
Well, no, it's just that he, or she, nicked them from a school satchel, see, and it's been playing on his mind, or hers.
Did he, or she, leave any clues?
Well, only a note. The hooded terror strikes again.
Oh, yes. Yes, I recall the case.
Eh?
It was the one regret of Sir Robert Mark that he had to retire with that one unsolved.
George, I want a word with you. Oh, you're still here. Good.
Not for long, madam. I must be on my way.
Oh, all right, I'll see you out. No, I won't. No, George will. George?
Oh, all right.
Thank you for your help, madam.
You don't really remember the case, do you?
What, the hooded terror and the cigarette cards? Oh, yes. For a long time, we suspected Ronald Biggs. But what you've told me throws a new light on the matter. Goodbye, sir.
Oh, cheerio.
Oh, and, don't leave the country without letting us know.
Mildred, he knows all about you nicking those cigarette cards.
What? Oh, George, we've got more important things. Now, this clock. Tell me about the man who sold it to you.
Well, he was in a pub.
I know, a retired antique dealer, but what did he look like?
Well, little fella with a twitch, cap and muffler. Needed a shave.
He didn't have a bag marked swag, did he?
Oh, I don't think so. Oh, you think he may have dropped off the back of a lorry?
No, George. I think he might have stolen it.
Oh, well, that's the way of the world, isn't it, Mildred? I mean, that price.
George, has it never crossed your mind who it might have been stolen from?
Eh?
Do you think there's much chance of getting any of it back?
Possibly, madam. We're always recovering stolen property. Watches, jewellery, cigarette cards.
Cigarette cards?
I may have a lead on the hooded terror.
The what?
Never mind. Thank you for your help, madam. We'll be in touch.
Oh. Right, thanks. Bye.
I can't wait till Monday. are the only boy in my class who's been burglared.
Well, let's hope we get a house point for it.
The class have been very good burglars. It didn't take my action, man.
Well, I expect he fought them off.
Well, there's one good thing about it. At least we were insured. I renewed the policy last month. At least I think I... Oh, good grief.
I can't seem to keep it going, Mildred.
Yes, that's always been your trouble, George. Aren't you worried at all?
Well, we don't know it's their clock.
Oh, look, Anne described it to me. Theirs had a white face, Roman numerals. Ours had a white face, Roman numerals, a little handle on top. Theirs was stolen last week. You bought ours last week from some scruff in a pub.
What do you mean ours? It's yours.
But you bought it for me.
I think I may have the answer, Mildred.
What?
I put less tobacco in the bowl.
Oh, George. They will have you for receiving stolen goods.
Oh, no, they wouldn't do that, would they? Well, how would they find out?
I'll tell them unless you start taking this thing seriously.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll get rid of it. How's that? We'll give it to your mother for Christmas.
You'd do that, wouldn't you?
Well, if she gets caught, she can plead insanity. They believe her.
I mean, it's a family heirloom, George. We've got to give it back to the 4 Miles.
Oh, yeah, then they get done for receiving.
It belongs to them. No, we've got to take it back tomorrow, George. We've got to tell them, quite frankly, that you bought it for a fraction of its value from a complete stranger in a pub. I don't even believe it myself.
Well, why don't we leave it on their doorstep?
Oh, lovely, yeah. Then it'll end up on the milkman's mantelpiece.
Couldn't we sneak it back without them noticing?
Oh, George, really? That is the most ridiculous... Oh.
Sit down, Charles. Thank you. Do you know, for a dreadful moment yesterday, I thought that I hadn't renewed the policy.
No such luck, I'm afraid. You're fully covered for everything, bar earthquakes. I suppose it was a burglary, not an earthquake.
Definitely. Here's the list. It's probably too early for a sherry.
Yeah, probably.
Medium or dry?
Dry, please. You got off quite lightly. You're claiming £20 for an electric razor?
It had great sentimental value.
Our money has great sentimental value, too. They might agree to 15.
Oh, well. That's twice what I paid for it.
That's right.
Only joking.
Thank you. Ah, yes, 12 sherry glasses.
Afraid so. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ah, that may be Anne. Excuse me.
Hello, Mr. 4 Mile. It's me, Mildred, from next door. And, this is my husband.
George.
Mr. and Mrs. Roper. Yeah.
Yes.
What can I do for you?
Well, George thought he ought to call round and express his sympathy about what's happened, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yes, it could have been worse.
Oh, yeah, it could have been ours.
Quite. Is that all?
No. He felt that, George felt that he ought to come round and express his sympathy to Anne as well. Your wife.
She's not in.
Oh, good.
George, do you think we might come in and wait?
What? Oh, yes, I suppose so.
Oh, thank you.
Do you need me, Mildred?
Yes, I do. Will she be long?
I shouldn't think so. She's just gone down to the police station. Charles, this is, neighbours.
No.
Charles Newman of the Scottish Widows.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
It's an insurance company.
Oh, I see.
Sit down, George. Sit.
You don't mind if we carry on? Good.
Some form filling, I'm afraid, Geoffrey. Rather a bore. But if you could copy your list into this column, with your estimate of the value on the right there. That's it. Electric razor, £15. Sherry glasses, we ought to get away with that valuation. Cufflinks. Solid gold, obviously. Oh, go on, we'll try. This next one's a bit tricky. Yeah, hard to put a value on it.
Ah, the carriage clock.
Right. I was stretching my legs.
Well, it is an antique. Our mother had it valued at £150. That was a few years ago.
Right, well, allowing for inflation, shall we say...
Well, I don't think we will wait for Anne.
What? No. Sit down. She said she'd be back by 12.
Ah.
Can't stay too long myself. Is that the right time?
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe a bit fast, but... Good heavens.
Yeah, I don't think we will wait.
What on earth is this doing here?
Oh, isn't it strange how something can be right under your nose and you just don't see it?
Geoffrey, marvellous news. Oh, hello, Mildred, Mr. Roper. Charles.
Hello, Anne.
This will please you too. We got some of our stuff back.
We have?
They caught 2 teenagers, public schoolboys from the private estate.
Ah.
Sergeant Burke said be sure and tell you that. We've got your cufflinks, my earrings, your electric razor,
Oh, it's just like Christmas.
and best of all, your mother's clock.
What?
Hey?
Oh, yes, you're quite right. It is a fine piece.
Yeah, but just a minute, hang on a minute. Isn't that your clock?
What's this? Good Lord, no, I don't buy rubbish like this.
Rubbish?
Oh, yes, made in Hong Kong. Cost about a £5 down the market.
£5? Well, it cost me 10.
It's yours?
Yeah.
Well, yes, you see, well, I brought it round because, well, I thought you might like to borrow it, seeing as you've lost yours, but obviously you wouldn't want to. I mean, not cheap Hong Kong rubbish like that. Give me that. Excuse us.
Neighbours.
And take that filthy thing out of your mouth. Zero. George, how did a pair of your braces get behind this settee?
I don't know. Oh, yeah. Remember that time that you won a bottle of Spanish brandy on the bingo?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and we drank it, and you got a bit frisky.
Oh, that night, yes. You mean they've been down there for 10 years?
Well, I suppose so. Hey, they've got all knots in them, Mildred.
Yes. Ooh, what a night that was. Ooh.
Well, you may seem to remember it that way. It would not have hurt a certain person to have said please.
There you go, George. They're both past it. Come on, move yourself. That's it.
Hey, it's a good film on telly tonight, Mildred.
Huh?
The Tentacles of Dr. Evil. It's about this scientist who creates the most frightening monster in the world.
George, have you forgotten my sister?
You're all right, the second most frightening.
Ethel and Humphrey are coming to dinner tonight, George. You are not watching television.
You said they were coming next week.
That was last week. This week is next week.
Oh, God, that's all I need, isn't it? The night with Madam Moneybags and her husband. Oh, what a sweet little house. We must get another one like it for me dog.
George, I am perfectly well aware that you don't like my sister. I've seen the dart holes in her photograph. Tonight, George, you are going to be the perfect host. You are not going to flick peas about. You are not going to make a gravy moat round your mashed potatoes. And most of all, George, at the end of the meal, you are not going to blow your nose on your napkin.
You're talking about last time, aren't you?
Yes. The time before that, I am trying to blank out of my mind.
Well, it wasn't my fault. It was a new top set and I had a cough.
Oh,
If your Ethel had had any manners, she'd have eaten her soup and said nothing.
George!
I don't know what to do next.
Oh, there's lots you could do. I mean, you could take my piece there.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Not at all, not at all. Now then. Here we are.
You've taken all my pieces.
Of course. You must learn to be a good loser, Tristram.
I am a good loser. I get a lot of practice.
No, that's a defeatist attitude.
That's because I keep getting defeated.
Yes, well, go and get washed and changed for Granny's.
All right. Do I have to come with you?
Yes, you do. She may give you a game of drafts.
She always wins too. Mum, do I have to go to Granny's?
I'm afraid so.
She always looks in my ears to see if there's any potatoes there.
I know. She does the same to me. So go on, make sure they're clean.
Ah, Anne. Aren't you going to ask me who won?
I don't need to. You never let him win.
Well, it's for his own good. He's got to learn to cope with life as it really is. It can be disappointing. It can be hard.
Like a visit to your mother.
Yes. But let's not forget that she has a large house that someday will be left to somebody.
Well, you're her only child.
Right, so it's a toss-up between me and her cats. Well, I wouldn't put it past that Ginger Tom to put it straight on the market.
Oh, dear. Ugh. That looks finger-licking horrible.
It's poulet rôti, George, with stuffing.
I don't know how you can bring yourself to do that, Mildred.
Step this way and I'll show you.
No, thank you. What are we eating with it?
Pommes frites.
Well, are we having any potatoes?
No, we're not, George. We're having pommes frites.
Oh. As soon as your Ethel comes round, you get all fancy. Taking the salt out the packet.
I want everything to be properly done, George, you know. Snowy white napkins, gleaming cutlery, freshly cut flowers on the table. And for a start, you can wipe the gunge off that sauce bottle.
All fancy. You can't compete, Mildred. She's got a different knife and fork for every course, without having to wash up in between.
Well, we'll have a full set, George, as soon as you buy another 10 gallons.
And she's got proper wine glasses.
So have we.
Yeah, but ours have got British Rail on.
Well, not all of them. Anyway, George, it's the food that makes us successful. Oh, blow. I've run out of stuffing.
There's a packet of polyfitter in the shed.
I've never liked cats. Selfish creatures. When they look at Mother, they don't see a frail old lady. They see a warehouse full of cat meat.
A large detached property.
Nonsense. I'm very fond of my mother. I'm even wearing the tie she gave me. And greater love hath no man.
Red and blue. If you had a white suit, we could run you up a flagpole.
Oh, don't sneer, Anne. The day may well come when you're old and lonely and colourblind.
And I just don't like the way she makes Tristram recite his tables before he gets any pudding.
It never did me any harm.
All right. What's 7 limes?
What? Oh, don't be so childish. Incidentally, I wouldn't wear that dress. Mother's very superstitious about blue.
It's green.
Yes, but she's not to know that. 56.
Oh, Geoffrey, shame on you.
I never liked pudding anyway.
Hello, love. Sorry to bother you, but I got this slight problem.
Ah, as long as it's not arithmetic.
No, love, no. No, I was stuffing this chicken, you see, and it seems to be a bit bigger on the inside than it is on the outside, so I need more stuffing.
Oh. Right, well, come through, Mildred.
OK, thank you.
Mummy, do I have to wash in both ears?
Yes, you do.
But she only ever looks in one.
Well, she might pick the wrong one.
I'll take a chance.
You will not, both of them. Comb your hair.
Couldn't I comb my hair over my ears?
You could not. Honestly. Geoffrey, it's Mildred.
What? Mrs. Roper.
Good afternoon, Mr. Formal. Ooh. What an interesting tie.
Yes, it's the official tie of the Cat Lovers Association.
Oh, I didn't know you like cats.
I don't. There's no point in letting them know that. 63.
About time, too. Come on through, Mildred.
Thank you, love.
And don't forget to wash behind our ears before we go. Would you like a cup of tea, Mildred?
Oh, lovely. My sister and her husband are coming to dinner.
Oh, yes, the one you call the Awful King of Oxshott.
Yes. Oh, they got a lovely house out there. All built on pig livers.
The sage and onion do?
Oh, yes, lovely. Oh, and do you think I could borrow your carving knife? Only George has ruined ours trying to sharpen his darts.
What's it? Anything else?
Well, we might need your pastry brush. If I can't get the creosote out of ours. Oh, and that great big roasting tin of yours. Oh, and
Well, look,
could
I'll tell you
borrow
what, Mildred, I'll tell you what. You take the key, and if
Right.
there's anything else you need, pop in and help yourself, because we're going out.
Oh, lovely. Thank you, dear. Anywhere nice?
Oh, we're just going to see Geoffrey's mother, and Sammy and Marmalade, Tiddles and Ginger, Smokey and Fluff.
Well, I mustn't hold you up.
Oh, please do. Have a biscuit with your tea.
All right, all right. Keep your hair on.
Hello, George.
Hello, Ted. Oh, this is a surprise. Oh, come in.
So, I thought this was your address.
Yeah, go through.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I haven't seen you since the darts match at British Legion. Remember when I got my dart through your hand?
I remember, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and you had to have a course of injections.
That's right, I did.
Oh, it's nice to see you again. I don't get a lot of mates dropping round.
No, they wouldn't.
Well, I keep inviting them, but they never seem to get round to it somehow. Would you fancy a drop of scotch?
Oh, Tar, yeah, I wouldn't say no.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. You still got the job with the gas board?
Electricity board.
Yeah, oh, yeah, well, same difference. I suppose you were working nearby and you thought you'd drop in for a chat, eh?
Ah, not exactly. Oh, Tar. Well, I've just come round.
Cheers.
Cheers. I've just come round to cut your electricity off.
I thought I'd give them a nice homemade apple pie.
Providing they remember their tables.
Pardon?
Oh, nothing, Mildred. So you're going to be slaving over a hot stove all afternoon?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's done that then. Well, it's nothing personal, George. I mean, but if you don't pay your electricity bill,
Well, I meant to pay it, but I've got let down very, very badly by Lester Pickett. Listen, how would it be if I gave you a cheque right now?
Well, you gave us a cheque last time, but according to this, the bank sent it back.
Oh, I don't understand it. It says on the door, assets of 300 million quid.
Theirs, not yours. And you did have a lot of warnings.
Yeah, but I didn't open them, so it doesn't count.
Besides, I'm not allowed to accept payment. Now, I'll just check that everything's not working properly. Oh, that's fine, yes.
But listen, Ted, what about friendship?
Oh, you can have that, but you can't have the electricity.
I see. So that's all this means, eh? Well, I don't mind telling you, Ted, this is a dark day for me.
It will be later on, won't it?
We got people coming round tonight. I mean, the central heating won't be working, the refrigerator will be off, we'll be eating our dinner in the dark.
Oh, no, you won't, because your cooker won't be working either. Cheerio.
Oh, my God. You see, Mildred, what happened was that I was on my way to the electricity board place, see, to pay the bill with the money you gave me, and these 4 masked hooligans. Well, 6 masked hooligans. They fell on me, and oh, God.
George?
Oh, you're back, yeah, but how are they all next door?
Oh, they're fine. Anne gave him the key to the back door. They've gone to visit his mother.
Oh, good. We must do that sometimes.
We don't know his mother.
No, I mean my mother. Apart from the fact she's been dead for years. Your mother.
Are you all right?
Oh, fine. But don't turn on the kettle.
Why not?
President Carter says we've got to save energy.
But if President Carter can make chicken stock with cold water, he's welcome to come and try. Oh, the little light hasn't gone on.
Oh, good, that saved a bit.
phone him up and tell him. George, the light in the oven hasn't gone on either. Oh, perhaps it's a fuse.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that's right. Yes, it's probably a fuse, see?
Oh.
Oh, no, Mildred, hold on, it's probably a power cut. Yes, that's what it is, it's a power cut.
All right, then. I'll phone the electricity board and find out.
No, you can't do that.
Why can't I? I mean, a power cut doesn't affect the telephone.
Oh, well... No, it is a fuse.
Pardon?
Yeah, I can smell it. Yeah, you leave it to me.
No, George, no. The last time you mended a fuse, you didn't have any eyebrows for 3 weeks. And you ruined a perfectly good hairpin. I'll do it.
Yeah, no, wait a minute. It's not a fuse, it's, how much do you know about electricity?
Well, not a lot.
Oh, yeah. Well, you've heard of a short circuit, haven't you?
Yeah?
Well, this is a long circuit. Very tricky.
I'll phone them.
Yeah, no, I'll fix it.
But hurry up, George. I mean, they'll be here by 6 o'clock. I haven't got the dinner in the oven yet.
Yeah, all right, Mildred. Oh. Oh.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Yeah. I've bypassed the meter to shorten the long circuit, and I've wired it into the Hooker Junction wash lane. Yeah, all right?
Yes, I suppose so. Move over. George, it's still not working.
Well, I haven't finished yet. Right. Now then, we put this plug in here, you see, and, Viola.
George, I really don't think you know what... George, the cooker's come on.
You have no faith in me, have you?
Oh, well, let's face it, George. The last time you mentioned a water pipe, we had gas coming through the hot tap.
Well, that's a mistake anybody could make.
Yeah, every time I wanted to fill a kettle, I had to turn the gas fire on.
Well, I've done this right. Look, here. Yeah, see? We've got 2 lamps in here, and
Yeah?
a lamp and a cooker in there.
Is that all?
Oh, truth, Millie, if I put any more on the cable, it'll dilute the voltage. Right, it'll do for tonight. I'll just tuck this lot away.
Well, if you...
Ah, there's one advantage. They won't be able to see what they're eating.
Go and put your tie on. God.
Oh, come in.
Hello, George. Here, your front doorbell doesn't seem to be working.
It's gone in for its 3,000-mile service. The light bulb's gone too. Shall I take your coat, Ethel?
Well,
Oh, sorry. Mind the step.
Thank you.
He touched my bottom.
Really? He was lucky to find it. Oh, it's in here. Oh, hello, Mildred.
Hello, Humphrey. Lovely to see you. Oh, Ethel, darling.
Mildred. I see you've lowered the lighting.
Yes.
How very wise.
Yes. Sherry, George.
I'm doing it.
No.
Right, now then, Sherry. Let's have a look.
Oh, your
Sherry.
Your cocktail cabinet doesn't play the bells of St Mary's anymore.
No, we haven't plugged it in. We're heeding the government's warning.
Why? Was it dangerous to your health?
No, we're trying to save energy.
Well, we're doing our bit. We turn off the underwater lighting in the pool during the day.
You mean you keep it open during the winter?
Oh, yes. Mainly for the dog.
Oh, what a lucky little Basset. Would you care for a canape?
Sure.
I made them from a magazine article.
Yeah, it tastes like it.
Well, dinner will be in about an hour, so we've got lots of time to chat.
Oh, good.
Yes. Isn't this nice?
Did you count those kittens, I swear they're trying to outbreed us.
well, they have 4 or 5 at a time, Geoffrey. I can't compete with that.
I be granite grass. I be granite grass.
All right, I know you did. She's probably cutting you out of her will at this very moment.
Go up and get your homework, Tristram.
All right.
What have you got?
I've got to write an essay. I'll do one about how I be granite grass.
Up.
I be granite grass.
You did not help by sitting on Tiddles.
Well, I apologised.
Not to Tiddles. Mother noticed it.
Well, I'll write it a note.
Well, that might help. Though I doubt if... What's the back door doing there?
I don't know. Oh, it might be Mildred. I left her the key.
And what's this?
I don't know. It seems to be going into next door.
Yes.
Another sherry, Humphrey?
Oh, no, thank you. No. Very nice. Unusual, isn't it? Not often you see a sparkling sherry.
No, it's Moroccan, you know.
Very nice.
Yeah, very cheap.
Yes.
Ethel, that lamp moved.
It's supposed to move.
No, not up and down. Sideways.
I've just put the potatoes in.
Mildred, it moved.
Pardon?
When you came into the room, it moved.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, did it really?
Not up and down. Sideways. Let's do it again. Look, look, look.
Oh, perhaps the house is tilting. These inexpensive properties do sometimes subside.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Hey, here, that one's going down. Look, look. Here, someone must be putting the cable.
Excuse me, just a moment, I'll be back in a minute.
She's theft. He's stealing my electricity.
Well, I did say they could borrow anything they wanted.
Yes, but what's on the end of this? That's what I'd like to know.
Hello, son.
Mr. Roper.
I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't pull on this.
Right, I'll unplug it then.
No, you can't do that. It's my plug.
In my socket.
Just a minute.
Do try one of the pink ones. It's Cod's Roe. A sort of caviar. Oh, dear. We seem to be having trouble with the electrics.
Yes, I'd spotted that.
We have our own generator, of course.
How lucky for you. Do have a stuffed olive.
Eh? Oh, yeah, just a minute. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I like stuffed olive.
Are you going anywhere nice for your holidays?
Oh, well, we thought that we
Mildred, the lights have gone out.
Yes. We always go to Blackpool ourselves.
Shouldn't you be doing something about it?
Oh, no, love. We never book until January. Well, I'll just go and see if I can find some candles. Help yourself to sherry.
No, thank you.
I will kill him. Ow! Oh, just wait till I get hold of him. I'll fix it. Don't you worry. Oh.
Mildred.
Come here. You have just 10 seconds to explain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I was on my way to pay the electric bill, see, and these 8 masked hooligans.
George, you didn't pay it. They've cut us off.
Yeah, well, it could have been 9 masked hooligans, Mildred.
I mean, the chicken is only half cooked.
Well, couldn't we give them the half that's cooked?
What am I going to tell Ethel and Humphrey?
Well, you can blame me if you like.
I do.
Well, it wasn't altogether my fault. It's partly Lester Pickett's. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll go in and explain.
You will not. I'm not going to have my sister thinking that I can't pay my bills. Oh, look at him. What are we going to give him to eat?
Yeah, George. It's a funny kind of power cut. All the houses across the street are all lit up.
Yeah, it's a bit odd, that, isn't it?
Here we are, then. I hope nobody minds cold soup.
Or is it Vichy soys or gazpacho?
Oxtail.
Not for me, thank you. What are we having to follow?
Fish paste salad. But there's not enough to go round.
Thank God for that.
So I'm just having a Weetabix.
Oh, God. Oh, Mildred. Look, I'm sorry. I know it's not your fault about the power, you know, and all that. Look, why don't we go round to the Grand Hotel, eh? I'll pay. I mean, we could have a nice bit of roast beef round there.
Well, George.
I wouldn't mind that, Mildred.
And we could get some decent wine as well.
All right, I'll give them a ring and book a table.
Yeah, oh, no, why don't we stay here, see? Fish paste salad, yum, 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 yum.
No, well, it's only just 10 minutes away and then we can get... Hello. Your phone's gone.
Well, we could have a sing-song later, eh?
Oh, it's funny. It's gone right dead. Seems to have been cut off.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I mean, it was all right yesterday when I... George. George. Did you pay the bill?
Well, I was going to, see, but these 10 masked hooligans fell on me.